Hello everyone, I'm Ariel Sahar and this is Naturally Mermaid. The weather is starting to warm up and that means that it's smelly season, especially around here because I don't use regular deodorant. We should all know by now that regular deodorant, such as what you would buy from Dove or Secret or traditional companies like that, they have aluminum in it, which has been linked to Alzheimer's, breast cancer, and it's just a hormone disruptor in general, which is not good for our bodies. So for the past few years, I've been trying to avoid those types of deodorants in lieu of more natural ones. I've probably been wearing natural deodorant for about 5-ish years, and in that time, I've tried a bunch of different ones. So I want to share those ones with you so that if you haven't switched to natural deodorant, maybe this will give you a better idea of what types of things are out there. I should probably preface this video by saying what I've learned from natural deodorants is that, one, you will have to reapply them often just because their formula just isn't as potent as the traditional deodorants because it doesn't have all the synthetic stuff in it to make it last long and be super effective. Granted, there are some newer brands out there such as Lumi that boast like 24-hour plus effective time. There's also native deodorant, which I've heard some pretty good things about. I haven't personally tried those. All of the deodorants that I've gotten have been from regular stores, particularly TJ Maxx or the grocery store. It's a little bit more accessible and cheaper. Like, I'm not spending more than $4 for a thing of deodorant. And if you're buying from online, like I know Lumi is like $12. I'm not sure how native it is, but you gotta buy it online, so there's that. Anyway, so also another thing that I've noticed about natural deodorants is that they don't stop you from sweating. So regular deodorants have antiperspirant in it, which prevents you from sweating, which is probably another problem with them because it's changing your natural bodily functions, and typically that's not good. So be aware of that if you are thinking about switching to natural deodorants. You may have to apply more often and you will probably be sweating. But again, I haven't tried some other brands, so if you've had really good experiences with another brand that I'm not mentioning here, then please leave it down in the comments and I will give it a try. When I first tried natural deodorant, probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I tried Tom's stick deodorant and I was not impressed. I used it a couple of times and I just felt like I wasn't even wearing deodorant because it did nothing for me. And so after that, I was like, that's not for me. But then I became vegan with my husband. We're not anymore, but I was making more conscious health decisions about my body and I decided to go back to a natural deodorant. And that time I found a really good one that I still like. So we'll talk about that in a minute. I think one of the first tips that I would give you if you're deciding to switch to a natural deodorant is to stick with what you know. For example, if you like to wear stick deodorant, buy a replacement stick deodorant that's natural, just so that you're not making a huge jump from one thing to another. Because there's lots of different types of deodorants out there and everything isn't for everyone. So definitely stick with your comfort zone when you're first branching out. I would say that most people probably use a stick deodorant. So the first one I'm talking about is a stick deodorant. And this is one that I bought fairly recently from TJ Maxx for $3.99. This is called Stink Bug. This is the Amber Sage scent, which to me is a very light scent. You know, it's not like super flowery or anything like that. So I feel like it's a neutral scent too, like it could be both for men and women. And it doesn't have baking soda or aluminum in it. And this also has activated charcoal in it. After trying the Tom's deodorant, I was very adamant about not trying a stick deodorant. But when I tried this, I was pleasantly surprised. One thing that's kind of funny about this is that it's kind of sticky when you apply it, but I feel like it does work pretty well. It lasts a pretty long time. However, I should say that I work from home, so how I smell isn't really that important to me. And also, since I work from home, I'm not very active, so you know, I'm not like moving a lot and like sweating a lot. So take what I say with a grain of salt as far as how it works for me, because some of them, you know, since I'm not doing rigorous activity all the time, then I'm not really putting my deodorant too far to use. Everything's going to be different for you, but definitely try going to natural deodorant. All right, let's move on. Another thing that I've learned since using natural deodorant is that when I first switched, I would sweat a lot. But I think maybe since my body has gotten used to not having the antiperspirant, that my bodily sweating has decreased. You know, it's kind of evened out. I'm not going to say that I don't sweat anymore, but it's definitely lessened. So also keep that in mind when you're switching deodorants. If you're the type of person who likes a roll-on deodorant, my absolute favorite one has been this Crystal Essence Mineral Roll-On. This is the lavender and white tea scent, and I got this from Kroger. They also have it at TJ Maxx for like $3.99. I love it so much. I love the way it smells. It's nice to roll on, and then also too, after shaving, it doesn't like burn, so that's been good too. Because it doesn't have alcohol in it, I think. No, it doesn't. 100%, I really like this one. One common factor among natural deodorants is a paste like made out of baking soda and some other ingredients. So I have this one that I got from Amazon. This is a stick, but it's made with baking soda. A lot of baking soda deodorants don't come in stick form. They typically come in a paste form where you like get it out of the jar and like rub it on your armpits. That doesn't appeal to me. So using this baking soda one, this has coconut oil, beeswax, and arrowroot powder and essential oils. This has been okay. It's not my favorite. Again, I didn't like the way that it felt on because of the grittiness of the baking soda. So I wouldn't buy this one again. But maybe, I don't know, if you guys were interested in trying the baking soda one, like you really want to go deep in, you can try this or any other baking soda paste that you would rub onto your armpits. Again, it was all right, but there just wasn't anything that I loved about it. Moving on, we have spray deodorants. So I've tried two different spray deodorants. One is from the Honest company that's like this type of spray. But I've also tried one that's like a different type of spray. I don't have that one anymore, but you can see the picture of it. Anyway, these spray ones, I think they both have alcohol in them. The good thing about this is, of course, it doesn't leave a residue and it's light when you apply it, but they have alcohol in them. So if you've just shaved, then that's gonna burn. So I didn't like that. The one spray one, I think it's Jason's, that one worked pretty well. This one I didn't love. I sweated a lot with it, so I'm not quite gonna buy this one again. I would buy the Jason's one again, but it wasn't super life-changing, so probably not. But if you guys are into spray type deodorants, then definitely try one of these out just to see how it works for your body. Don't just take my word for it, like you should try it too. The spray is good though for reapplying on a hot summer day because it is kind of refreshing to just like spritz when you're, you know, starting to feel a little wet or icky. You probably just want to like wipe it all off and then spray, and you should be good to go for another few hours. Now this last one is kind of far out, and the first time I tried it, I was like, this ish doesn't work, but I wasn't using it properly. So that is the Crystal deodorant. Now this is just like a straight up crystal potassium alum. That is what, a natural mineral salt that you put on your armpit, and it's supposed to prevent you from like smelling and stuff. And at first when I tried it, like I looked at the instructions and it says to moisten the stone and apply to clean skin, but it just didn't feel like it was doing anything. But I realized later after watching a video on it, the best thing to do is to put it on after you get out the shower while your pores are still open. The natural moisture from your pores, you know, since it's still a little bit wet after showering, your pores are open and the salt is able to like go inside of your pores and help prevent you from like sweating and stinking and stuff. And this, believe it or not, works better almost than all of the other things that I've tried. So I was super surprised about that. And at first I was like, nah, this doesn't work. But when I finally figured out how to use it properly, it does. And I feel like this will probably be my go-to for a while until I find something maybe that's better. But I like this a lot, you guys. So if you want to try something that's a little bit crazy, then I would definitely recommend this. Just make sure you're using it right. And then for everything, probably like try them on the weekend or something where you're not really going to be around people too much, just to make sure that, just to figure out how it works for you. And then also keep in mind that there will be a transitionary period for your body to get used to these new things. So you may be sweating more than usual, or you may smell more. You may need to apply it more often during the first few months than you will. The more you use it, the more your body will get used to it, and sweating and smelling won't be so much of an issue. One other thing I want to mention is that I know that I'm trying to live a more low impact, plastic less lifestyle, and all of these things of course are in plastic. But I think that it's important, of course, to be conscious of the amount of waste that we're producing. But I also think that it's important to take care of your body. So if you are going out and buying Dove deodorant, Secret deodorant, and you're going to be producing that waste anyway, I think that it's better for you to get something that's more natural, that's better for your body, so that you can, you know, at least take care of your health. And then maybe we'll work towards buying things that aren't in plastic, or even that companies will start being more conscious of the products that they're creating, so that the impact doesn't really fall on us as much. So anyway, that's just some details about my journey and my reasoning with buying things in plastic, because I know there's a few videos on my channel now and also coming up that have to do with reducing waste, and it may seem contradictory to be promoting products that are in plastic, but we can only do so much. And I think that we definitely should look at the things that we're doing that have a big impact, that are maybe, you know, easier to change, that have a lot of alternatives to plastic. Deodorant isn't really one of them. There aren't very many alternatives to buying deodorant that aren't in plastic, so most likely you'll be doing it anyway. So I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I just wanted to address that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about natural deodorants, and I hope that I've inspired you to make better choices for the planet and also better choices for your body. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you leave this video a thumbs up, swim on down to the comments and let me know if you've ever tried natural deodorant before. What did you think? And if there's a particular one that works wonderfully for you, I'm very interested. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified of all of my newest videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao!